Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today we're going to be looking at just a handful of the very finest fruity tooty kind of games coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2020 and beyond. I actually just said fruity tooty. Of course, this is not going to be an exhaustive list, it's just as we feel the biggest and brightest and best games that are coming, and naturally, obviously this is at the time of recording, time will pass and some of these games will come out. That is just how time works. I was actually really chuffed with how many games we were able to feature on this. For some reason, I think just because of everything that's happening, I thought, nothing's coming out. Turns out there's plenty, which is good news all around. But anyway, that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things. Starting things off on the 18th of September, we've got Super Mario 3D All-Stars. That's next week at the time of recording. Yep, this one just completely came out of the blue. It's Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, all in one big tasty pack, and I don't know whether it's any good, but I mean, come on, it's not going to be bad, is it? I love all three of these games. Super Mario Sunshine in particular has me excited because I've played Super Mario 64 to death. I'm still going to be playing it to absolute death again, but even so. And Super Mario Sunshine is, even though it's a game I kind of grew up with, I haven't really revisited it in quite a long time, so yeah, I'm excited. Galaxy as well, that's a good game. On the 1st of October, we can look forward to Ys Origin, and I'm glad I know how to pronounce that. Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana came out in 2018, and this is not so much a follow-up as it is like a majorly distant prequel, hence the name Origin. Who'd have thunk it? It's a little bit more dungeon crawler than other games in the series as well, so plenty of intrigue. Also, it's bloody cheap. Coming out on the 16th of October, and I didn't realize it was coming so soon, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. If you happen to miss the direct where they revealed this is an actual remote control car that you control with your Switch around real life, your house, or indeed outdoors, I suppose, if you're lucky enough to be able to go outdoors. And you can create your own tracks by driving around and using these like stands, these sort of gates, I suppose. And there's items, you know, you've got enemy AI as well. You can also do two-player if you got another friend with the other one or just another system. I'm guessing you can do two Marios because it would be stupid if you couldn't. It honestly looks absolutely bonkers. It's such a ludicrous idea, and yet I can see it being actually genuinely good fun. I'm really excited for this actually. Am I going to be playing it regularly? I doubt it, but in the time that I will play it, I imagine I'm going to have a damn good time. Then on the 30th of October, we have got Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I am gagging to play this game again. I played the original to completion on the Wii U, and I absolutely love it. I love the Pikmin series to death, and I really want a way to revisit this, and this is the perfect excuse to do it. And I mean, I've gone through this so many times before in different videos, but the Wii U sold so poorly that Pikmin 3 basically got passed by an inordinate amount of people, and there's so many more people who have a Switch. It deserves a second chance. I don't care what anyone says, it deserves a second chance, and I can't wait to play it. Also, it's got more stuff in it, more stuff. Then on the 3rd of November, we've got Bakugan Champions of Vestroia? Vestroia? It's the first time I've read that out loud. This was revealed during a Paper Mario Treehouse presentation, if you can believe it, and I think it's safe to say that it wasn't what a lot of people were hoping. Naturally, it has the potential to be great, but at the same time, I'm extremely skeptical about this one. I'm not terribly confident with this one, but hey, prove me wrong, WayForward. Prove me wrong. Moving on to the 10th of November, we have Fuser, which is a new rhythm game from Harmonix, who've made an awful lot of bloody rhythm games. In this one, you basically play as a DJ attending festival sites and steadily building up rep and with colourful personalities and spinning discs and mixing different tracks and stuff. I still don't fully understand it, and I've never been a huge rhythm game fan, so I've not had a lot of drive to find out. But according to one of my colleagues who's had a chance to play it, it's good fun. I just don't think it's for me, but you know, it could be good, or it could not. We'll find out. Just 2 days later, on the 12th of November, we have Just Dance 2021, and it is a Just Dance game, alright. Apparently the track listing's really good. I wouldn't know. Dancing games are fine, I've had fun with them when I've played them, but it's just not my kind of music, you know? They always try and do a slightly wide net, but it's only ever slightly wide net. I've recently been listening to alternative folk, if you can believe it. The Amazing Devil, they're very good. Yaskia from The Witcher. Why am I advertising a band? Regardless, it's gonna sell like hotcakes, loads of people are gonna really enjoy it. I'm just surprised that Just Dance 2021 is not coming out on the Wii. I mean, that's just a sin, surely. The very next day, on the 13th of November, we have got Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. It's another rhythm game. It's being touted as a rhythm-based music battler, and it looks to be like it's going to be really polished and a really solid entry. Again, rhythm games not really my speciality, but I can recognize a good game when I see it. It also promises to retell the story of Kingdom Hearts up until now, so we can be fairly confident that this is going to be the longest video game in history. Oh, I've been looking forward to talking about this one because I never got an opportunity to do it when it was announced because I was working on other things. On the 20th of November, we can look forward to Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now, when I first saw the PR for this, I was like, is this DLC? It's blooming not. It's a brand new spanking game. I really enjoyed Hyrule Warriors. It didn't have a huge amount of staying power with me compared to other games. I think I just found the gameplay to be a little bit repetitive, and some of the stylings really didn't gel with me, but the idea of it actually having a narrative tied in with Breath of the Wild and the 4 champions and everything, wowzers trousers, I am so looking forward to this. Aonuma even confirmed that Nintendo was involved in every single step in the process, which means that this is going to be true to Breath of the Wild. It's, as far as we can tell, it's not going to be a huge departure in terms of style or anything like that, so I am mega excited for this. Just realized I haven't described it. Basically, it's a Warriors game that takes place 100 years before the events of Breath of the Wild, which are referenced repeatedly in Breath of the Wild, and so we actually get to live it, and we know exactly what's going to happen as a result from a narrative point of view, but even so, I'm just so excited for it. It's just out of the blue, nowhere. I just love it. It's brilliant. Getting into the month of my birth, on the 3rd of December, we have Immortals Fenyx Rising from Ubisoft, and it was originally known as Gods and Monsters. This is a very intriguing looking game. I've seen a lot of people compare it to Breath of the Wild, and I can totally see why, you know, sort of big, open, expansive worlds, and I mean, that's not original, that's not like distinct to Breath of the Wild, but even so, like, this still has very much that kind of feel about it. Maybe it's just the palette. Honestly, it looks really exciting. It almost looks like a Kid Icarus game, and I know I'm not the first person to make that observation, but I still wanted to make it. Then on the 8th of December, we have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, which surprised me. I really enjoyed Puyo Puyo Tetris when it first came out on the Switch. I thought it was a really interesting idea, and I was amazed at how balanced they made it. I don't know, maybe from a tournament point of view, it's not balanced at all, but I had fun with it. What I didn't expect, though, was a sequel, and I think the sequel primarily focuses on the story side of things, which I really wasn't keen on in Puyo Puyo Tetris. I just liked the puzzle stuff, but I really felt some of the dialogue in the story mode was god-awful. It does, however, come with some new modes, and if you've been looking at Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 for a while, and you've been thinking, oh, there's a sequel here, I don't imagine you would need to buy the original, unless you were really invested in the story, in which case, why? But it's good. It's bizarre that it exists, but it's good. And now we're on to the vague date territory. Yes, coming sometime later this year is Bravely Default 2. I thought Bravely Second was Bravely Default 2, but what do I know? I played the other 2 games in the series, and whilst I don't necessarily agree with some people who thought it was revolutionary and all that, I thought it was just a really well done JRPG. It was nothing outlandish, out of this world or anything like that, but I thought it was just really, really, really well done, so I'm mega excited for this. Although, truth be told, given that we're in September at the moment and it's just stated as 2020, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if this got pushed to 2021. I really hope it doesn't, but we've got to be realistic here, haven't we? Okay, now we don't even have a release date at all. Doom Eternal. It is supposed to be coming in 2020. but at the same time, it's been so long. I mean, the other console versions released blooming ages ago now. It was March, wasn't it? It was the same as Animal Crossing. Was that March? It's like this year didn't even exist. Of course, it was originally supposed to come out in 2019, and then it got delayed, and then the Switch version got delayed indefinitely, and it's been a bloomin' long time now, and we haven't actually had any updates in quite a while. I'm still hopeful we're still going to get this in 2020, but at the same time, I have heard how hard this can push certain systems, like even certain PC rigs can really struggle with this. So I would imagine there's going to be a tremendous amount of optimization that needs to happen, and that's probably what's taking so long. So I wouldn't be terribly surprised if this got pushed to 2021, but even so, I'm still going to wait out for the Switch version because, my god, they are putting in some serious effort into this, aren't they? Moving properly into 2021, on the 12th of February, we have Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, or plus Bowser's Fury, I don't know. I'm baffled this didn't come out sooner, I don't know. Maybe they were always holding it off for the 35th anniversary. I'm just pleased it's coming because I really, really like 3D World. I think it doesn't get enough credit, frankly. There's also like a Cat Mario and Cat Peach amiibo coming out on the same day as well, which is pretty cool. But the biggest thing is the fact that this comes with new content called Bowser's Fury, and I am so excited for that. I mean, it looks good, I'm certainly hopeful, but proof of the pudding will be in the eating, of course. Even so, this is a fantastic Mario game coming to the Switch. It can't help but be a good thing, can it? Then in the wonderfully vague spring 2021, we have LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This is all 9 of the Star Wars films, the mainline ones anyway. Obviously, you got things like Rogue One, which aren't being represented, but even so, the standard 9 mainline films all in one LEGO game, which is no mean feat, come on. I'm really keen to see how this pans out, because Star Wars is a bit of a hot topic, certainly with the more recent films. Even so, it's just a great universe, isn't it? You know, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, the whole kazoo. It's hard to go wrong with this, really, isn't it? And who doesn't want to beat up Kylo Ren as General Grievous? It only gets vaguer. Yes, this was originally TBC 2020, but now is definitely 2021. No More Heroes 3. Once again, we don't know an awful lot about this game. I mean, obviously it's a direct sequel to No More Heroes rather than the Travis Returns game. Even so, yeah, I mean, if you've played any No More Heroes games, you know just how bonkers and outlandish and ludicrous they are. Hopefully this will continue to uphold that. I don't understand. Hopefully this will continue to uphold that. I have no reason to believe it won't. But even so, we don't know a lot. At some point in 2021, we will also be getting Shin Megami Tensei 5, although I should say this entry is kind of a bit of a double bill, because of course Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster is coming out in a slightly more solid spring 2021, and so that will, I imagine that'll come out first. I mean, he'd be mad if it didn't, wouldn't it? 5, on the other hand, was originally announced back in 2017, and we recently heard about it again in 2020. 3 years of no updates. Let's hope that doesn't happen with Breath of the Wild 2. Once again, it's so far away, and we don't know that much about the game, except for if this is being rendered in engine, this is going to be one extremely pretty game, my god. Oh, we're into this territory now, are we? Yes, we're into the shiny realm of TBA Bayonetta 3, which was announced... When was it announced? Like, bloomin' heck, I need to check this now. Good lord, it was also announced in 2017. Same as Shin Megami Tensei 5, except we've actually had an update about that. Bayonetta 3... We've no idea. Like, it could be cancelled. I mean, I don't think it is cancelled, but we know nothing. We know nothing. We've had one teaser trailer. It's Bayonetta, though. It's gonna be good. Personally, I'm hoping that it'll have one of those sort of Paper Mario Origami King, hey, it's coming out in 2 months announcements, but I don't know, I'm not holding out hope. Still in the realm of TBA, Metroid Prime 4. This is likely not going to come out in 2021. 2022, maybe? This game was also announced over 3 years ago, but then in 2019, the very beginning of 2019, in fact, they announced that they were scrapping it and starting all over again, which... Okay, you know, sort of, yeah, I want the game to be as good as it is, but I also want it now. It's now being developed by Retro Studios, who handled Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, so that's a good thing at least. It's hard to complain. It's Metroid Prime 4. We know nothing about it. I'm going out on a limb here, but I really want this to take place after Metroid Fusion. Probably not going to happen, but I love Metroid Fusion, and I think the devs should definitely be bolder and continue the story rather than just filling in bits before that, because Samus has got a new fusion suit. Think of the crazy things you can do. It'll probably just take place after Metroid Prime 3, though. And remember, children, Other M never happened. And finally, in another shiny TBA, maybe 2021, who knows, we've got The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's sequel. I try not to say Breath of the Wild 2. I usually do, but I try not to, because you know it's going to have a different name. It's not going to be Breath of the Wild, it's going to be The Legend of Zelda Shadow of the Egg. No, that's Link's Awakening. It's Breath of the Wild sequel. It's hardly going to be bad, is it? We've seen so much from the one teaser trailer already with the weird hand thing, and then you've got blooming Ganondorf. I like actual Ganondorf, not just Ganon, Calamity Ganon's crazy messed up facey thing. This is big. It is bigger than big. It's bigly, big, and I'm frothing at the mouth to learn more. And there you have it. What was your favorite from the list? We tried to do them roughly in date order, but obviously things will change. Games will fall behind and all that sort of thing, and there are a couple of games that we couldn't actually include because they went and bloomin' fell off the map, didn't they? Let us know your thoughts with a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you babble on about that subscribe button and all the subscribe buttons that'll come out in this year and the next year, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.